Many of your work colleagues have said that you show up for work under the influence of alcohol or drunk. I know you've denied that, but you would agree with me, right, that if that was the case, that would be disqualifying for somebody to be Secretary of Defense.
So yeah, guys, there's been some rumors going around that Pete Hegseth is an alcoholic and he might drink his way out of that office. Well, let's get right into this.
Senator, those are all anonymous false claims, and the totality.
They're not anonymous.
The letters on the record here.
They're not anonymous.
On the record,
we've seen records with names attached
Vets for Freedom, Concerned Vets for America, and Fox News
one of your colleagues
working
said,
hard every day on behalf.
One of your colleagues said that you got drunk at an event at a bar and chanted "Kill all Muslims." Another colleague, not anonymous, we have this, said that you took co-workers to a strip club. You were drunk, you tried to dance with strippers, you had to be held off the stage, and one of your employees in that event filed a sexual harassment charge as a result of it.
So Pete Hegseth obviously is a total mess, and even the people around him are starting to notice. So they're making anonymous claims and letting people know that this guy is an alcoholic and a drunk. He shouldn't be the Secretary of Defense. This is a high-risk situation.
Now, I know you denied these things, but isn't that the kind of behavior that, if true, would be disqualifying for somebody to be Secretary of Defense?
Senator, anonymous false charges.
They're not anonymous. And I'll just conclude and say this to the chairman. You claim that this was all anonymous. We have seen records with names attached to all of these, including the name of your own mother. So don't make this into some anonymous press thing. We have seen multiple names of colleagues consistently throughout your career that have talked about your abusive actions,
Chairman,
attitudes,
I think he's
words,
over
and
his
statements.
time. He's way over.
Now, your own mum, Pete Hegseth, says you're an alcoholic and a drunk, so it's going to be very hard to dispute this fact. It's going to be very hard. Now, guys, have a look at this, because if you can't spot alcoholic from a mile away, then I don't know what.
Goes Hegseth, Duncan Dad on New Year's Eve.
Gunner Gossett.
Lay off the champagne, Pete Hegseth. You're an alcoholic and you look like a mess. You look like an absolute mess.
Eve.
Gunner Gossett.
Now, this is the guy pretty much in control of the war of Iran as we speak. So I don't know how this is going to work, guys, because this guy, he's not fully sober. You can't be not sober running America's war. You cannot do this. And to make matters worse, this guy's been infiltrated by the one and only, who do you think? Israel. In 2018, this guy was in Jerusalem, giving it all the talk about how Israel. Let's just look at this video, guys.
Going on about it in a way that suggests he thought a lot about it. This is 2018.
And it got me thinking about another miracle that I hope all of you don't see too far away. Because 1917 was a miracle, 1948 was a miracle, 1967 was a miracle, 2017, the declaration of Jerusalem as the capital was a miracle, and there's no reason why the miracle of the reestablishment of the temple on the Temple Mount is not possible. I don't know how it would happen, you don't know how it would happen, but I know that it could happen.
What is that?
Yeah, what is that? Now, what I don't understand is why Americans go to Jerusalem, Israel, another foreign country, and they make sure and prove to Israel how much they support them. You're American, Pete Hegseth, so I don't get this kind of thing, but we all know why. The money's speaking. And to be honest, Pete Hegseth, he doesn't even really need money. Just give him a couple bottles of champagne, and he'll do exactly what you want him to do. He's an easy target for them.
Goes Hegseth, Duncan Dad on New Year's Eve.
Gunner Gossett.
They're not upset about your drinking?
You know what? There's an interesting one there. First of all, I've never had a drinking problem. No one's ever approached me and said, "Oh, you should really look at getting help for a drink." Never.
Now, he definitely has a drinking problem after watching this. A lot of he doesn't know what to say. And when it comes to addicts, they're so in denial. So the fact he say nobody's come up to me and told me I have a drinking problem, that shows you have a drinking problem, Pete Hegseth. But let's continue.
I've never sought counseling, never sought help. I respect and appreciate people who do. But you know, what do guys do when they come back from war? Oftentimes, have some beers. You know, how do you deal with the demons you see on the battlefield? Sometimes it's with a bottle. Unfortunately, tragically, for too many guys, it's with the bottle, and then it's depression, and even worse, suicide. I mean, we've got an epidemic of that in our country. Thank God, by the grace of God, I found my chapters of purpose it pulled me out of that.
It pulled you out of that, did it? Now that sounds to me like you just admitted you had a drinking problem and something has pulled you out of that. Now that's a lie, because you're still drinking all the time. So just tell the truth, Pete. Tell the truth. This is not a person that should be running Secretary of Defense for America. This is insane.
Some choices here. One is that Pete Hegseth doesn't mean any of it, not a single word. He wouldn't be the first fraudulently public religious person. It is possible that he uses excessive and false and invented religiosity to cover for a life prior to this of infidelity in his previous marriages that have led him to his third marriage and a pledge to stop what appeared to be his uncontrollable drinking so that he could be confirmed as Secretary of Defense. That's a possibility. If you're taking your religious direction from Pete Hegseth, you are lost. And we can only hope that the American military is not taking orders from Pete Hegseth. We can only hope that he is the fake figurehead at the Department of Defense, where the American military in harm's way are under the command of generals and admirals who ignore the rantings of Pete Hegseth and leave him to instruct the country on how to pray to win a war started by Donald Trump. Pete Hegseth doesn't want the prayers of the vice president's wife because she is not and never has been Christian. And Pete Hegseth doesn't want the prayers of two of the three officials who testified to the House Intelligence Committee today about the worldwide threat assessment because Donald Trump's FBI director and Donald Trump's director of national intelligence are not Christian.
He doesn't want the prayers because they're not offering him any champagne or beers, and there's no alcohol involved, and that's just the reality. If there's no alcohol involved, he don't want your prayers. So guys, wake up. Stop letting these people use religion to fool you. Because what did they say? The devil disguises as God. How can he act so holy when he's saying he will kill all Muslims and he wants to bomb Iran to pieces? This is not a holy man. This is an alcoholic. And you know what, guys? Let's have a look at this video one more time.
There goes Hegseth, Duncan Dad on New Year's Eve.
Gunner got
Now, he wanted that champagne so much he nearly choked on it. He nearly choked on the champagne, guys. Now, who drinks like this? You look like a mess, mate. You're in a pool or whatever you're in, with your shirt on, drinking champagne. Yeah, you're ridiculous, Pete Hegseth. Get out of that office now. And Trump, shame on you. I got some more for you anyway, Trump. But yeah, I think the reality of it is, it's all starting to crumble for the Republicans. It really is. It really, really is. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with your daily news. Dark Truth Unfiltered.